NaVi's turn to pick. Radiant team pick.
Life Stealer.
NaVi's turn to pick.
The Undying waits.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. NaVi's turn to ban Drow Ranger. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. NaVi's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
NaVi versus mudgolems upper bracket finals, and these two teams are not wasting any second. They are well into the draft. They are going very, very speedy. I'm here with Synderen and Kyle, and we're going to break down this draft. I'm curious, first of all, to hear what you think about the openings, as we do already have 2 picks each, but I'm also wanting to just reiterate a little bit for people at home that might not have followed the whole tournament, what kind of playstyle these two teams have and what we can expect from this finals.
I think they are relatively similar, actually, in what they do. They love this strong lane pressure into dominant mid game. And on top of that, I would say NaVi might be the slightly more hard carry team. I think that's kind of the biggest difference. It's not that Skitter doesn't play the hard carry heroes, but I think he gets a little bit more involved. Sometimes NaVi will just have V2 and play on an island for like 10 to 15 minutes if they need or if they want to, where Skitter gets a bit more involved. But
yeah, but you have to really kind of look under a microscope to find the differences, because I think they are really geared very similar, especially when you consider just from the back of the squad. Back, how'd you say, the top? The supports, right? Always want to fly in Fada. Veterans. Not really ever having like real tier 1 mainstream success, maybe a little bit for Fada.
I was gonna say, that's a little harsh there.
I mean, he was never on a team that was like best in the world, right?
He was on Team C.
He won a major.
Yeah, which one? Shanghai Major?
Right?
No.
That was...
Oh, that was Misery and Envy.
Weeha, Universe.
Weeha.
Or no, before Universe.
Wasn't Fata offline on that too?
No, that was Misery.
No, that was...
It was.
I feel like
Pylai Die, Puppy, Misery, Weeha.
It was Slardar Misery every...
I don't know. I feel like Fata's won a major, but maybe I'm just wrong. Like, I don't know why I remember him winning a big tournament like that. Maybe it wasn't a major, maybe it was another big tournament.
Confusion all around. We'll figure it out.
He's won something, or he has been very high up.
Force in, sabotage my point.
Sorry, Kyle.
They're similar squads, okay? You got newer blood on carry, somewhat volatile mid players that are very, very... put a lot of emphasis on winning the lane. I think Iceberg is the guy I'm going to look at, just because I think that his mid game is going to determine Navi's success in this matchup.
Fata did win his first tournament as a captain last year in Rotterdam. Just want to point that out.
Okay.
Oh, DreamHack
as a captain.
With Alliance.
As a captain.
Okay. Gotcha.
With then Alliance, yes.
Okay.
Just you know,
Now I'm actually really curious what the biggest tournament he's won is.
Okay,
I'm
you
just-
guys talk about the draft for a little bit.
Maybe I'm just
Please hold.
Probably just wrong. Sin, you can accept it. Trust me, I've learned my lesson.
Except what? Being wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happily wrong.
Yeah.
I'll say, okay. I don't know.
People in Dota seem to be afraid to be wrong sometimes, especially in pubs
10
nowadays.
seconds
Just be
remaining.
wrong. There's so much. We were talking about it backstage. You can always learn from a game of Dota, especially
5
nowadays.
seconds remaining.
For sure.
Especially Sin, you can probably learn a lot.
Yeah.
You're not helping me at all. Drow Undying, I like the open. It secures the lane for a somewhat weaker core, and it also provides a lot of nice team fights that you can shrug down towers. And Drow is also one of my favorite heroes against Phoenix because you want to have some easy method of threatening a kill pre-egg, and the Drow Silence does just that. You also can kill the egg rather quickly. You're a natural BKB buyer. High
range.
attack speed.
NaVi's turn to pick.
Because most drows will, or well, every drow build has a dragon lance in it somewhere, I think. So, yeah. Okay, they're going to go for Mirana. Now, this is a bit different. It's obviously another hero that can kill the egg with Leap and can get away from Lifestealer. I'm not sure how good it is yet,
10
though, in
seconds
this
remaining.
game. But
He's done a lot of really like high tournaments,
5 seconds
and also
remaining.
first place. But I don't think like a major. Oh, never mind. With Team Liquid, Epicenter 2016.
Oh, wow.
Epicenter.
Man, we're so old.
So
Also,
there was one.
he came second at the Shanghai Major.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That was the one where Kuro ran out of...
Oh yeah.
that
I don't know. Sorry.
No, that finals is very memorable to me because
Radiant team pick.
it was Kuro versus Puppy,
Yeah.
and it just felt like Kuro was trying all these different things, and there was just nothing working. He just ran out of ideas at some point. It's a memorable finals for me. Whatever. So yeah, okay. So Epicenter, he has won,
Yes.
but not a major.
How crazy.
I think
Not a major.
Epicenter 2016
10
was a major.
seconds
It was.
remaining.
Wasn't that the year that everything on the
Oh, was it a major?
That was the
5
first
seconds
episode. I remember that.
remaining.
Everybody had heated toilet seats. I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, I generally remember the finals, but
Yeah,
remember
I
the
would
tournament.
normally also remember the games, maybe.
It's cool.
What?
Some people do the Dota and some clean the toilet. It's fine. It's all good.
Tusk, that's one of my favorite anti-Drow heroes. I really like the Furion. I think this is the best core to pair with a Drow because you just have so much tempo, and suddenly one mistake can immediately be capitalized on into multiple towers. In addition, what's Undying's weakness?
10
It's lane
seconds
shove and map
remaining.
mobility. Now the Furion to catch all the lanes
Navi's
and then be able to group up, connect with the squad, and take towers as 5. But that is a hell of a bat pick. Literally the perfect hero.
Bat's insane this game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a general Bat Rider. He is incredible in this hero.
Yes.
So he's got to be excited about that. And you
Radiant
can't really
team
counterpick it
Bat.
with a carry because Drow mid just doesn't really work very well right now, in my opinion. So I don't know if you want to go that route.
Good Furion mid. Because Furion mid actually does pretty okay against Bat Rider.
Right. Yeah. If Bat is mid,
Yeah.
the Bat could just be in a side lane against Drow, right?
So that
Sure.
means that they would have to fifth pick something that is also
10
flexible
seconds
because
remaining.
isn't last pick going the way of Navi or like all around last pick?
Maybe you can do okay against Tusk Bat with Undying Drow. Actually,
What if
might
it's
be
a
fine.
5 Furion? Can that do all right? Because I think level 1, you can just pressure really hard.
You could. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of.
But then
think
which
more
is
about it.
the
I think
3?
it might-
Marana and Undying. Which one of those is the core?
So I think right
Mirana
now
mid.
Undying is 5, Nature's Prophet is 3,
seconds remaining.
and Mirana is 4. And Drow.
Fada loves
That's what I think
Marana.
right now.
5
He does.
The
seconds remaining.
Fada Marana is.
But he
Top
does
tier.
play 5 in this team.
I know.
I think every game. Like they're very consistent with
that's
their
true.
roles, I think. So that would surprise me. It's not out of the question. That Milan plays a great Mirana too.
That's true.
So
That is true.
It's
Yeah.
likely that is what they will do.
Yeah, I really like the LC and Tide bans from Navi. I think those are... They want something that can deal with the Bat Rider, and they're also missing a bit of lockdown, and they don't really have many great options left. It could be a time... We don't see this very often, but
10
an
seconds
Abaddon here
remaining.
is insane.
Navi's
Core
turn to
Abaddon
pick.
is not only great against the Bat, but you dumpster Lifestealer the entire game. You just shield off the open woods, you shield off the spirits, and
goes
it
mid?
provides that sustain.
Nature's Prophet mid, I guess.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet
I can
mid.
see it.
Abaddon core with Drow and Undying landing together. I actually think that's quite nice. No stuns though, with the exception of
10
just
seconds
a Legolas hoping that you land arrows.
So when it comes to stuns,
5
kind of
seconds
a,
remaining.
I don't know if I would call it a simple way of thinking about it is, but I think you need stuns less if your lineup is just so inherently powerful at balling up, right? Like if you can't catch the opponent, if you can force them to fight you, that's a catch, right?
Yeah.
You go to their tower, you're stronger than them. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to avoid us and we push faster than you, or are you going to start defending? I think with the Baron in this game, they have insane tower push. They have really good Roshan lineup as Radiant, have the Undying Flesh Golem as well. Yeah, I could totally see that. I would like the Undying. Or sorry, yeah, I
You
bet.
just want to lasso purge too, because Bat Rider in a game where you have both strong lanes and the ability to just find kills with no fear, it's so difficult. And this is a general bat. He's very much feast or famine. I do not want to give this guy a free game if I'm Fada.
Radiant team pick.
Well, let's find out what Navi has. They'll go for the Tiny. Also still leaving it a little bit open in terms of if Bat is going mid or not, I would imagine. Because it could be Tiny mid.
There's flexibility. I would say 90% Tiny mid or even more just because it's Iceberg.
10
He
seconds
plays one of the
remaining.
best mid Tinies in my opinion. He's a very... I've talked about this before. He's a
5
very, very
seconds
gifted
remaining.
laner, and I think Tiny is one of those heroes that can truly take advantage of just being incredible at last hitting and creep manipulation. So you want to put him there, get the levels on Tiny, get it up and running. And I think that what Navi are looking for here is, okay, the enemy team, if we get in on top of Drow, that's kind of every Drow game, right?
That
On
is
top
it.
of Drow,
Yep.
you have Batrider and Tiny and the lifesteal that can infest, and there's the Abaddon. Awesome call.
it's
I
just-
think
it's
it's
perfect.
really, really good.
It is. I think if they go any other hero, I'm going to lean towards Navi, but I just think that's the ideal complement. To your point, the whole lineup of Mudgolems is about being stronger as 5. This gives them that potential. It also helps with Roche. It helps with tower pressure. This could be quite possibly the fastest match we've seen in this upper bracket, and I would have to lean at least 80-20 towards the
Wow.
Mudgolem side. Yeah.
Just say sub 20 minutes in that one? Or
Where's the damage on Navi's lineup? A bat
there.
with a Tiny?
You can have the combo of the Tiny.
It's there, but the Abaddon
Lifesteal
definitely
laner?
throws in a wrench here.
Yeah.
And I think what you could do as Mudgolems is, if the Nature's Prophet is
10
played as a core, he can go
seconds
auras this game. I think you have enough damage
Yeah.
between the Drow aura and all of these
5
like
seconds
heroes
remaining.
playing around Drow that as long as you stay alive in that ball, like a Solar Crest medallion or whatever, pipe.
early BKB, the
push.
damage disappears.
I like them too.
Okay.
I don't know, 80-20. I think that's a little exaggerated, but
It's
I
a
like
little
them.
exaggerated, but we'll find out how this game is going to play out. Let's head over to our commentary team of OD Pixel and Fogged for game number 1.
I think that last pick for me was just perfect. I love how Kyle was mentioning it a couple of times there. I think it really did tick a lot of the boxes of how their draft wants to play. It's all about that group up. And when I see everything that they have versus Navi versus this Phoenix, who, I mean, always want to fly, is never getting an egg off in this game. I don't know how Navi can actually just take a fight whenever Mudgolems group up. Navi has to just play some split pick-off type of game here with their heroes, because I think if Mudgolems, they ever get the chance to group up and push towers, I don't know how Navi defends it. They have to have some insane way of trying to pick off heroes beforehand. It's very good.
Very nice.
Oh, they smoke even. They tried to walk in, but with their smoke, they don't walk the risk. They break the smoke and immediately back away, not walking into that high ground. Save their skill points and everything too. So Milan doesn't have
30
to,
seconds
you know,
to
never
battle.
wants to skill leap, so he's able to hold his point. And yeah, they do have great pickoff game, but like you mentioned, extremely single target oriented on Navi, and they are playing versus two heroes that are amazing versus that single target, Undying and Abaddon. The heals that will counteract. We saw the way Mudgolems was able to play with it the other day. Does feel like it's going to be a similar approach. And 33, this last pick, it gives them a frontliner, which they were really lacking to just park while these backlines just sit there. This hero is that key. Well, he's in a Abaddon.
But like we don't see other teams pick the Abaddon, right?
Oh, okay. I was like, well, I mean, he's like literally the best.
Sure, yeah, out of the team, but I mean, out of the whole hero pool, right? We see a lot. All the other games where people are after frontliners, it's not Abaddon that they're going for.
Yeah, well, it's into the Bat Rider, that strong dispel, and it's so much single target. Look at the things that he can dispel in this game. Open Wounds, Fire Spirit, Lasso, all these different things are crucial for Navi's draft to have, you know, deal that damage and have that control inside the fights. And 33 can just counter it with a shield.
Let's see how much of an issue it's going to be off. Feetune and Roger are able to play around it down here. Milan.
Navi does look like they got the lane setups that they... Actually, no, sorry about that. I mean, mudgolems got the lane setups that they wanted. But either way, I feel like it works for them because like the Abaddon's going to be in a good matchup either way. I think that's also why this last pick works so well because either way, he's in a lane versus Lifestealer or versus Batrider. So it's just amazing for 33 all around. Fada gets gone on up top, but immediately TP's out. And they're going to send the Batrider. They're going to send the Phoenix down bottom with that Lifestealer.
Okay. So does this sort of make things better?
I still think that this Abaddon it's too good versus both of these lanes. That's the one thing that's why it's such a good last pick. He can just remove Fire Spirits, remove Open Wounds. Never really going to feel too pressured down here, especially with Milan at the side. Top Skeeter does have to be a little careful. It's a pretty decent lane because he has Fada backing him up, but he has to get boots early on. General can just run him down with his early boots.
We'll see. There's the mid lane so far. Boromir coming out ahead. Getting these denies in too against Iceberg.
Top lane for the Tiny. Yeah. Nature's Prophet just does well in almost every matchup in mid. Does well, and he's also being able to bully a bit there. 6-1, 11-6. So many denies. This Blightstone with these trees, Iceberg can't play around it too well.
Yeah, even with having the tree, having a bit of cleave, it's not proven to be enough. As Boromir is still able to just come out on top. I mean, Boromir has, of course, just been playing incredibly well in those mid lanes. Pretty much every single performance we've seen from Mudgolems.
And we see he gets the early Gloves of Haste rather than going for anything else on this Nature's Prophet, just for his attack speed, just for that animation for him to get some better stuff in bottom. V-Tune.
It's getting low. I mean, Milan couldn't quite finish him off here. Leap forward and V-Tune trying to hide. He's going to tower the rage, but they've got the damage. His first blood here, taking down V-Tune in this laning stage.
And the immediate shield as soon as they do think that Milan's going to go down. Yeah, this bottom lane, it's going to be really strong for Mudgolems. Life's still getting okay farm, but him dying, it could happen a lot of times down here with 33 having the points in that silence. Curse of Avernus will be a problem.
And one of the things that's been pretty key for Navi's recent victories is getting V-Tune a good start, right? Because when they were able to do so, he does explode. Like, he gets so far ahead, and it's been just games where he hasn't been pressured, but this time round, with the setup Mudgolems have got, they can make sure that V-Tune doesn't necessarily have an easy start. It's top. General, he gets the kill. Skeeter, he's struggling to get him as well. He's got 6 stacks on him. General's just going to turn and maybe even kill him as well. 7 stacks. And Navi, they're looking one more hit. They've got it. General on his back. He'll happily die, get the reset back to base, but double kill for him in that top lane.
He played it so well, and Skeeter making a big mistake. He stepped back into the Firefly. He gets hit by another sticky stack trying to go for the trade kill. Yeah, this top lane, similar to the bottom lane, where we are seeing that Drow struggle just as much as the Lifestealer, if not more.
Mid lane, Iceberg's picked it back up. He's keeping it pretty even now. He's not allowing too many more denies to come out against him. Uh-oh, PC.
He got boots, and he got a DD rune in his bottle now, too. Yeah, now Borning has to be a little bit careful. He can actually die to a combo.
Packet losses. It's the bane of us gamers, so hopefully they'll be able to sort things out. Oh, looks like they have already. Oh, only momentarily.
Oh. What's any?
I'm guessing it's probably no. It doesn't sound affirmative.
Yeah, I think that's a no. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So looking at top, they send Skeeter back up here. It's going to continue to be a pretty tough lane for him, as we see. Yeah, Boots and Windlace already finished up on General. We see Roger also having Boots and Windlace, so they're going to be able to get on top of this drought. Skeeter at 4 has to put a pointing gust, or he's just going to feed up here.
Yeah, the diving is just going to be too easy from General. Getting away with moves like that, getting as many stacks up as he did.
Yeah, and they can punish the drought a lot easier than V-Tune can get punished. You know, Lifestealer just a lot easier always to farm, even though you have to play against this harassment. You're a Lifestealer, you've got Rage. Now a little bit of a scare. Yeah, Skeeter, he can't really step up either because of the positioning of the lane. It's got to be some tough places for Skeeter to find some farm, as even the hard camp is blocked too. He's just going to have to set up for some bounty runs. It's going to be an under-level drow. And under-farmed as well because of this setup.
I'll take
Easy around the rooms. Bornier's coming over, but man, not going to be too much you can do about Roger. As Roger tries to take it away, but mudgolems were first to pick it, so this adds 4 bounty runes.
4 bounty runes. Oh my! He's not able to get both.
A lot of money here.
Always want to fly. He's in some trouble.
He's got another leap and a Starstorm. If he pops the mango, he's got the Starstorm, but not quite able to have the vision. You always want to fly playing around the trees. Milan not able to get in on top of it.
Scanning.
He throws the scan though. Milan. We'll see a courier. He'll take that one.
Dyer's courier.
Oh, he will. V-Tune's courier as well. That's off of him.
Oh, there's the Wrath of Nature. Right into him.
And Milan just giving the vision, and then the Wrath comes in.
But Skeeter steps up top.
Oh, they're gonna trap him again in the shards. So I mean, this top lane, General, 3 kills, 3 already on the Bat Rider. And it is a General Bat. He's getting a very good start this game.
All right, Skeeter, I think it's time to maybe hit the jungle for a little bit.
I mean, he's got to hit something. He's only got 13 CS. He's not in anything at all right now.
He is really struggling. And B-Tune, he's completely kind of recovered that bottom lane. Even though he did die that one time, they've kept 30 very low from being able to pressure. And yeah, they're going to give Skeeter mid. And Boring, he's going to play more about the rotations and more about just jungling.
I mean, because Skeeter really gets CS here. Isn't Iceberg just going to deny everything?
Yeah, probably. And also, he might be able to just walk up and get a combo if Skeeter's not very careful.
He's not too safe this Skeeter. I don't think he's going to get a single CS.
No.
He's against the Tiny. I mean, Tiny's just denying them at half HP. You can't farm here. Okay.
Oh, he gets
got one. But that's all he's getting. He gets 1 melee creep from the whole wave there of Iceberg denying everything else. I mean, this top lane is just it's a death trap. Anyone who comes up here, Roger and General, they'll kill him. As another kill for General. It's already halfway onto the recipe of his box. It's going to be a very fast boost of travel time in this game for General's back.
Yeah, and it's General, as we keep saying. You know, this is
General's
his best hero. And so he's very dominant on it, and he's in some pretty good matchups versus Nature's Prophet, versus Drow. He has those that he can always get off. He just has to play very wary of 33.
Mid, Skeeter is getting wrapped in upon as Roger wraps around. TP will come in, Fodder's able to provide the heal. Now they'll actually turn with the multi-shot. Tombstone dropped as well. Borony are TPing over. They really want Roger. Borony actually not going to... Okay, he's going to look to try and get closer in, but Iceberg's able to step over to the side. Roger tries to push himself out the sprout with the shards. He's got the snowball. That'll get him off to the side here as Roger steps away. The raindrop protecting him from the burst of the Nature's Wrath. As Roger will live, they're not able to catch him.
And we're seeing a little bit of concern, especially at least in the laning phase, of those lack of stuns and lack of catch. It's really, it's just Milan's arrow as their stun in this game. So it's going to be tough for them when they're not all clumped up. And that's what we said Mudgolems draft, that's their weakness, is when they are all split up, this is where NaVi can really start to punish them. It's when Mudgolems starts to group up. But they've broken quite a lot of this idea, at least from Mudgolems, slowing down Skeeter so much. Skeeter does have stacks to recover, though, and he's even queuing up a Midas. So they're still feeling pretty good, but he definitely feels like he needs a big recovery.
Oh yeah, the Midas Drow. See, I like the Midas Drow, but I've mentioned this before and people have been like, no, you don't buy Midas on Drow. I think you do buy Midas on Drow. I mean, discuss Fold, Midas Drow.
I guess if you're super behind, sure, because you just need levels.
I guess that is me every game. That's why I like it. I need a Midas.
That's the reason, right?
I mean,
he's gonna get hot. They scan. They know where he's trying to catch up.
Oh no, Skeeter.
Iceberg's got a haste.
Oh no.
Farewell, Skeeter.
Oh, Skeeter. He had a good life.
Cold.
And Skeeter dead again. Na'Vi continuing to just shut down this Drow. Top lane, Milan. He's trying to run, but Iceberg's in as well. He's over with the remainder of that haste rune. Milan's got one more leap, but the stickies are stacking up into the toss combo, and they'll claim another. Na'Vi, the bloodthirsty side, running around the map and getting these kills.
And this is exactly what they need to do to not allow mudgolems to get a good start so that they can't group up. Look, mudgolems is just going to play for the full farm game. Fada is dropping a tombstone to farm jungle.
All right.
They're all about the recovery system at this point, as this early game has just gone fully toward
Radiant's
Na'Vi.
courier has been killed.
And that's a blade mail gone. That's a blade mail gone.
Get the...
That's a couple of minutes, no blade mail for 33. Over to the mid, Roger's on the hunt.
Dire's middle tower.
Maybe, well, he's going to find something here. Boromir and Skeeter are out. Going to be able to snowball himself outside of the sprout, but with 3 heroes here. Oh, he's got for the TP out. Oh, he's going to make it. Wait, where was the arrow?
He whiffed.
He just whiffed. Milan totally off the mark.
And now Fada.
But he is
Getting chased by V2 in bottom. The phase boots. He's just running in circles, chasing him.
Fada. He's trying to juke.
Coming to help.
I mean, he's coming in with a 10-minute boost to travel fog. He's in.
Oh my god.
And they're going to be able to get this one. General just, he's everywhere. He's everywhere he needs to be now. 10 minutes boost to travel on the back.
And again, looking for another one. Milan, no leaps available. They've got always want to find Iceberg connecting. Another free kill.
General, it's happening. The General bat, ladies and gentlemen. He's ready to give us a bit of a highlight reel this game.
Milan still somehow alive during all of this, but the neutral gets him, of course.
Gets the ancient deny.
I mean, that's pretty big. They actually chased him for quite a long time with like 3-4 heroes. Skeeter finally getting some time to breathe, hitting some ancients, and his team is going to take top down.
General really wants this courier, and he's got it. He's going to be able to find it. Milan's courier taken out. Tome's going to be put to the side for a little bit. But yeah, still keeping up with the farm despite this pressure that Na'Vi's applying across the map. At least I'm borrowing him. Oh no, Skeeter. Another time around this area. He really wants that Midas. It's going to get pushed back again.
Oh boy. He's just going to keep dying at all times, and Iceberg's going to be having his Blink Dagger pretty soon. Fada shows his face.
Pops down the sentry. I mean, the wall's still there. They block him off with the shards.
Tombstone, though.
Yeah, with the tombstone out there, they're respecting that tombstone. They head back immediately, not wanting to fight in underneath it. But we'll manage to still maintain the ward control there. Mudgolem's getting the D ward.
And V-Tune gets a full tower bottom. Top of the net worth somehow, even though he does die very early on in the beginning of the game.
Just the one death though, so not enough to shake V-Tune up. And back to doing V-Tune things. We have seen his life steal it. Has certainly secured quite a few wins for Na'Vi in the past.
Yep. And Iceberg, I mean, we mentioned there is 4 very squishy heroes on the side of Mudgolems besides 33. Iceberg is about to have Blink Dagger finished. So now he's going to be able to just go right through that front line of 33 and jump on those squishiers.
I mean, Skeeter's got to be careful.
Problematic. Yeah, this could be really hard for Mudgolems.
If this Midas gets postponed again, it's going to really hurt.
They're protecting him with everybody here, bringing 4 heroes. Roger.
Roger. No, he's certainly dead. Tries to be a cute move with the shards, but the 4 of them, they'll take him out. Roger falls.
Another D ward coming out. Secondary. I think second or third one I've seen from Fada in this early game here. So Na'Vi, they're pretty limited on wards. Actually, they have no vision on the map really at all. But they've done so much damage in these first 12 minutes. Like, I would think that Mudgolems, if all this chaos hadn't happened, they might be grouping up and hitting towers right now. But Na'Vi have done such a good job in this laning start to slow them down so they can't. And yeah, Iceberg, Blink Dagger done. It's going to just pair hands with Roger. They can smoke.
Now, Skeeter would be the big find. If they can kill him before he has this Midas recipe.
So close.
They're going to just jump in on mid. They're going to try and go on 33, of course. Does have borrowed time. But missing the combo really at the start. Either way, they poke the ult out of him.
Okay. Now they're going to look to make the invasion play.
Yeah.
They have obs and sentries.
They're going to take away some of this warding.
Places the same exact ward again, though, from Roger. So that got de-warded just before. That's likely to get de-warded again, but they want to control this area, even if it does get taken out.
Yeah, and they're keeping...
They don't want the drow.
Skeeter super safe.
Yeah.
They're just making sure that they're standing in between the Drow and NaVi so that NaVi cannot get to Skeeter. And he's got it done. So the Midas is finished. Obviously not the fastest, but now the
Radiant's
catching
bottom
up can
tower
begin.
is under attack.
Iceberg just, like we said, this is Navi's style in this game especially. They just want to go about all these pickoffs, just catch everybody from mudgolems when they're on the side lanes. These timings are just insane. General's going to be having his blink dagger pretty soon too on top of Iceberg's. Map's going to start shrinking for mudgolems very quickly here. And even though they do have this very farmed Nature's Prophet, he's playing into some natural counters. The Tiny and that Bat Rider can just take out Born in no time if he's not near 33.
Radiant are scanning.
On top of Boronia's trying to set up on that. Just got the Wrath coming in, but General's speedy. He's very speedy. The arrow, it's a nice attempt, but General's easily able to dodge it.
Now they're going to counter gank up here. Iceberg's TPing for the bounty rune. Always want to fly connecting.
Quick leap. That does mean NaVi still able to secure that bounty. General's starting to look towards Skeeter, but it's hard to get in on this as Borony and Milan stand solid by his side.
Navi's the one dictating all the pace in the game, though, and V2's just getting all... He's just free farming.
Yeah, he really is.
At all in this game.
And they're going to look for 33, and 33, whilst he might have the ult, he's pretty separated. So if they can do it twice, trap him in the shards, Sunray off the side, whilst he's got that return for the borrowed time. The Supernova coming out as well to make sure the Navi can't fight back. Mudgolems can't fight back into it. Mudgolems do find Roger in the river. So V2 remains safe. And Iceberg, he's in with the combo. Milan, not enough. Milan's out with the leap. He's still trying to burn him with the Sunray. One more leap gets him out of the side. Iceberg's trying to chase. They're diving in, but the Gust will push them back. Iceberg, can he get Skeeter? He's trying to head forward. The silence is in, but there's General with the counterplay. He's got the newly picked up Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider. He can get in, lasso Boronia. And Boronia will try and TP out, but he's not going to make it away. NaVi, get another, and it's a kill for V2.
They can just run through these heroes with the moves. Yeah. The Tiny, when he's infested by the Lifestealer with Phase Boot, Fated Brooch, he was moving 461 movement speed. They can't get away from him. He just keeps chasing them. And yep, Mudgolems continue to be on this big back foot, unable to do their group up that they wanted to. And they're starting to look fairly weak versus this pickoff of NaVi.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And V-Tune back to Ancients to free farm. He's going to have a really good timing on this Manta to counteract these silences. The Orchid, the Gust. The only things that he really has to worry about, as we mentioned, because there's only the one stun. There's just the arrow besides those silences that he has to play around.
Mid, they're trying to... Yeah, it's hard to catch. Always want to fly.
He's just TPing in front of heroes, though. He started porting in front of Roger bottom to force him back. Then he starts porting mid, trying to give them any type of space. Mudgolems know how much of on the back foot they really are right now.
They're just falling further behind as with each passing minute. Yeah, V-Tune, he's massive right now. This, Armlet and then the Manta, how do they catch him? How do they stop him? The Orchid, the Gust, it's going to be irrelevant.
He's level 13 as well. That's pretty insane. He's 3.5 levels over Skeeter.
Yeah.
Skeeter's been having this really hard game, but so high level on the Lifestealer. He can always frontline. They always have everybody in the area, and they just keep controlling Mudgolem's jungle.
Mudgolems, they've not got much space to work with for Skeeter, just that sort of top lane in the triangle. General, he's making the moves, but Boronia will silence him, stops any lasso opportunity coming out.
Arrow on the rune. Won't connect. General's going to be able to take that DD. And yeah, they really just have nothing to pick off heroes on the side of Mudgolems. Like Bornia with that Orchid, it was decent, but no one can help him actually pick off any of these heroes because of how bad those lanes went. And Milan, it feels like he needs the Yule Scepter for them to really do much of anything in this game.
Top. Look what they found. General is in, but they do have the Moonlight, and General, he doesn't have detection on him. Skeeter able to make it away from the Firefly. He should live here. Maybe he can come in for a counterplay. As Skeeter given the vision, but General's blinking away before any connection after that silence. Brony is still trying to chase this, but they can't obviously close the gap on a boots of travel batters. General will live. And there it is. So, yeah, V2 Manta complete. 18 minutes. I mean, how do they kill this lifestealer?
My thanks.
It's going to be very hard. There's Iceberg.
Their 5 heroes finally together.
They toss by Barnea. They're coming in with a snowball. Barnea. He's going to get punched up, taken out. The Supernova used as 133. He's trying to kill the egg and will manage to do so. The egg goes down. Starting to get the stacks up on the V2, but the Manta pops immediately. No rage though. V2. Oh, he's into the zombie. He's into the zombie. And he's out. Iceberg's not going to be able to TP away. He will die. V2's able to break out of there with the zombie.
You know the bug with that zombie as well, too, right?
What's the bug?
They say he has 800 health, but it's actually 800 attacks, just to let you know.
Dire's structures are fortified.
When he jumps into a zombie, it gets 801 health, and each individual attack is what kills it. So it only takes 1 damage per thing. Just
what?
Gonna point that out. I tested it in the lobby. It's absolutely ridiculous. Unless they fixed it. But
that's amazing.
Either way,
is that
he gets away, but mudgolem's actually able to group up for once and take a fight. It is amazing, though.
Can that be used in any broken fashion?
You can't do anything.
I mean, other than that you can't die.
You just have 800 life points. But I think there's like I think something might kill it. I can't remember exactly. I have to test all the mechanics with it.
But you can attack, right? How much does he attack for the zombie?
Like 20.
20 damage. just hit those towers with enough belief, and maybe you'll be able to end it before they've hit you 800 times. But no, yeah, I'll definitely have to keep a track on that to see if that does still happen or if it's been changed, fixed.
I haven't checked in the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
I checked 2 weeks ago. It did happen. So. And NaVi grouped up again, trying to break this mid tower. We did see, like we said, mudgolems. They finally were able to hold their defense around the tombstone. So that's what their strength is when they're grouped up as 5. NaVi getting a nice wraparound here, though. General and Roger. Milan's looking to try to break it.
Iceberg is going to try and jump with the combo onto Milan, and indeed they've got the grab on Skeeter. Skeeter's going to be the focus, silenced out onto Roger. They're trying to beat him down, but Roger is he going to get the chance to get his spells off, pops the stick, can't get anything off in time. They take him out. They're looking for the egg, and they'll be able to find it. Egg goes down too as mudgolems hold the high ground. They have lost Skeeter though, and Vichu's not quite done yet. He's on the back of it, going for the TP out. There's nothing to stop it through the raid, so Vichu will be able to back away. And killing the Drow, continue to slow Skeeter's game, but this time costing them a couple of heroes in the process.
He got the mid tower out of it too, I believe. V2 just persisted while his team was making the move, so decent little moves there from NaVi.
I mean,
I'm giving respect to that 5-man a lot of mudgolems. That tombstone is still a big problem, and we're seeing, like we said in the beginning, the egg is never going to go off or always want to fly. There's too many things to kill it. He has to get protection from his team to cover it. He's almost level 12, so maybe with the level 2 egg, if he does have an avalanche, if he has some protection from his teammates, we could see it pop. Gonna be very tough for always 1 of 5. And a basher already. I mean, V2 is at some insane farming levels early this game.
This life, yeah, just 22 minutes in. And he's that far ahead of anyone on the side of mudgolems. This lifestealer is enormous.
Yeah, I love the build too. Going for this basher, just this control. It'll always be there, and then an AC next to counteract that Drow marksmanship. Immediately with this timing, they're looking for a move too. Iceberg, he has a blink into Yules too to play around silences, and this invis looking for Skeeter.
Can he find him? It's hard whilst it's behind this tower with 33 by his side. Might still go for it though, Iceberg. No, he
has to give some respect to 33.
Yeah, he's not diving.
NaVi though continuing to apply this pressure. Fada shows his face down bottom. He has a glimmer, drops the tomb, but there's a lot of people coming for him. Do they have any detection?
He's gonna look to hide in the trees.
Are scanning.
And going for the TP out, he's away. So he'll manage to escape. Still though, Vichu's going to be happy. Tombstone's taken down. It's 200 gold for him.
I'm really surprised General isn't picking up a dust or something like that. He had the Ring of Protection and just Windlace in his inventory. I feel like I want to see him grab a dust playing versus Mirana, Moonlight Shadow, and versus Glimmers. I would like to see that as mudgolems trying to get a sneaky one by here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My thanks.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
NaVi trying to invade.
33. Always on the front of this. Always, still a hard target to take down with the blade mail, NaVi.
Yeah. They don't want to commit to this high ground either.
No.
This is like this is the king high ground for Tombstone. Just every fight, every game, it seems like where this Undying is, just fighting around those high grounds is too difficult, and it did just come back up. They're gonna back up, push out those side waves. V2 will go to claim top tower shortly.
Radiant's top
Iceberg.
tower is under attack.
We'll be able to disengage from mid.
I mean,
Radiant's
and
top
Navi's doing a
tower
very
is
good job
fallen.
of just not falling for that sort of trap, right? They're not trying to force it in those areas. They know when it's going to be a bad fight, and they're just, as long as V2 continues to farm, they're happy. Roshan is going to be attempted here by Navi. They're going to go and try and finish this one off. As we'll see from Mudgolems what the reaction's going to be. I mean, it's going down pretty quickly.
I don't know if they're gonna make it in time. They're gonna try.
Let's see if they can get in the pit. Barnier sending the trainers forward. They'll see the state of Roche. And Navi actually giving some respect here to Mudgolems, knowing that the Tombstone is up and available and they've got that strong fight around the area. 33. He's going to sit himself in the pit. And Navi, what's the plan?
We said the 5 men from Mudgolems, even if the 6k deficit is still very strong, Navi trying to keep this high ground positioning with the Phoenix. General looking for a jump.
And he's going to be able to find a grab. He gets onto Milan, but do they have the damage? Milan actually off to the side out of the avalanche. Milan's able to leap away. He'll live for now. A look for 33. Deep roll in from Roger. On towards the backlines. Goes towards Skeeter. The Supernova's out. They're trying to push them away, but the BKB's there from Borania. Turns, brings down Roger. The multi-shot punching into Navi, but V-Tune he wants to close in. Committing with the rage. Turns to 33, but it's a hard target to take. They've got to back off. Navi, they can't commit on the Abaddon. That's some ults down from Navi. They don't find anything with it as Mudgolems hold their own around this area, and now they're ready to go back in.
They still have most of their spells besides Tombstone. Iceberg.
Let's see what they can find here as the Moonlight's about to come to an end there. On top of Baronier, V-Tune trying to finish him off, but Baronier pops the Essence Ring. He's going to be able to keep himself alive for a little bit longer. The bash still comes in though. V-Tune takes down the Prophet, turns towards 33. The borrowed time has already been popped. 33 is vulnerable right now. He's got an aphotic shield in a second.
Radiant's top
Waiting for the
tower is
chase. He
under
does have the coverage, the gust to push back V-Tune. Farted trying for the TP out. There's a bash though. V-Tune puts the TP to an end. Navi strike back around the pit.
Radiant's top tower is under
With General also getting Milan on the escape. And Navi with that sweep back in and those 3 kills, they can go into the pit and they will be able to finish Roche for themselves.
V-Tune just sticking on the targets there. Borninger was caught in the front of the fight, and he just got bashed into bashed. He got healed by like shields, miscoiled essence rings, and then he stopped cancel TP. They just stick on him. He is unable to really do any damage in the fight, and everybody was in the pit trying to kill the Roche. They get like, what, a 4-man avalanche, I think, from Iceberg on the initial. Great setup there from NaVi, and keeping the ball rolling up to a 7k, 8k gold lead. And these item timings for V2 and continuing to be ridiculous, is getting close to that AC. Which will counteract the majority of Mudgolem's damage, as they are pretty much all physical this game. Their magic damage is very lackluster. Now, BKB as well on General. I mean, he's, like Kyle said, feast or famine. Right? General just popping off this game. 8-1 and 5. Now there's nothing that can really disturb him from just getting onto those backline heroes. The only thing is just these zombies from the Tombstone that might bother him a few times, but yeah, General's got some free initiations now to get into the back.
They're going to try and jump. 33. Toss back over to Roger. In the river here, the rest of Mudgolems are heading over. And not even actually able to pop out the borrowed time this time. 33 keeps the ult available. General sweeping in for the backlines. And knows that they're grouped tightly here, so won't jump in. Mudgolem's getting a bit more space, but still this ever-increasing lead of V-Tune's Lifestealer does remain. And just a few hundred gold away from having that completed Assault Cuirass.
Yeah, and I love that he's holding on to Spider Legs this game. Such a good item versus Drow, and playing into Undying and playing into Nature's Prophet. You can bypass these cliffs, you can hit the tombstones, you can run through these sprouts. This is definitely the right item choice for V2 to hang on to this game.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's
All set up in the
structures
area.
are fortified. Radiant structures
Mudgolems
are
doesn't want to walk
fortified.
in.
Dire's bottom tower
General
is
sees
under
his
attack.
target. You can see 33's like pre-casting the shield, waiting for the jump on Skeeter. General's trying to push them to split them apart so we can get those type of lassos bottom. They'll find Borneo here, but also in the
Dire's
river, another
bottom
fight's
tower
happening.
is under
Do they have
attack.
detection for him bottom though? They don't. No detection for Borneo. He's going to be able to
Dire's
TP out.
bottom tower
Now
is
for that Moonlight Shadow, he's away. Back over to the river. Starting to burn them down. Iceberg, does he want to go for the jump in?
They're split up right now. General is zooming over to get V-Tune back into the fight.
Yeah. And still, I mean, yeah, as you said, General, he doesn't want to buy detection. I mean,
He
granted,
had it that time.
Okay.
He used it, but then
just too
Borneo
early.
used
Okay.
KB to just...
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
I saw him use it.
You did say, okay, so he's bringing it. I mean, not that he's really needed to. I mean, NaVi, they're still crushing it. They're just 8k ahead. V-Tune's still having the game of his life. There's the jump. They get straight in onto Skeeter. General finds the perfect catch. Immediately over the whole team, onto the Drow. Borneo, he's going to get comboed down. And with the Yules controlling the 33, they're going to be able to work through him, the four of them. I mean, just continuing to make this game look very hard for Mudgolems, with just how far behind some of their cores are compared to V-Tune right now. 33 is trying to run, but they've got him. 3 more kills, and NaVi just continuing to come in with the outplays mid lane. Roger, he's getting gone on, buys some time for himself with Snowball. Yule's arrow combo coming down. I'm trying to heal him up with the Sunray, won't be able to save him. Has brought time though for Iceberg to jump in on the back, uses the E-Blade, but the combo off the mark as Milan's able to leap away. The turn for Fada instead. Turns with the decay, the Soul Punts always want to fly as this Phoenix does get pretty low here. Fada tries to step back over, but the toss is back up. Iceberg takes down the Undying. 20 to 13, V-Tune. Yeah, the AC's done. He's going to be well on his way towards the full Abyssal next, taking the tier 2 tower down top. I mean, this life, he's just a beast here. Level 21, 18k net worth. The closest being Borneo, 2 levels behind him, and 6k down. V-Tune already just with 50% more net worth than any of the carries on Mudgolem's side.
He's two of their people put together, really.
It feels like that, yeah, from what he's doing.
Yeah, and every single time they're just getting on top of Skeeter. Like especially in this fight, he was nowhere near his team for them to even try to protect him. This is Abaddon, you know, they picked it to try to dispel and protect versus a lot of this, especially that lasso. They're unable to get it off at all in this game so far. NaVi just picking them apart, picking them to shreds.
They're going to go to the high ground here with the Aegis. V-Tune's got nothing to be scared of. There's the jump. They get the grab straight away, but the save will be there. Holding shield coming out. Borneo's going to be fine for now. Sprouts down on Iceberg. V-Tune, he's just focusing the tower. He wants the objective. Popping the raise to finish it off. He'll get it. The tower goes down. He's into the zombie, and now he's on his way out.
Look, they can't kill it. Look, it has 1100 health.
You're right.
Chasing the rest of the heroes.
The zombie is, I mean, you can't kill what's already dead. We've seen the movies.
Like, they literally just have to ignore it. You cannot kill it. You gotta go for Roger.
Iceberg, he's there. V-Tune's gonna pop straight back out of the zombie to look towards Fada. Fada heals up with the Soul Rip. And the Rage out. The Glimmer Cape does save Fada. Gets him out the side. V-Tune with the Spider Leg. Steps over the cliffs and over towards Borneo. Borneo's BKB is on cooldown. Borneo's down. Fada now turns towards V-Tune. He's just eating them all up with the help of Iceberg. 33's got the borrowed time. They'll buy a bit of time for him. General on top of Milan with the Firefly. They get the arrow onto Roger. Roger will fall. But V-Tune's finishing off 33. General, will he find Milani? Whoa, won't quite. Milan's able to get out with the TP, but the rest of Mudgolems cleaned up. I mean, they just got this lifestealer. V-Tune is level 23. Like, he's just so farmed. Something that we really have seen, like NaVi, every game recently from NaVi, V-Tune has just been so incredibly farmed. Like, it's just not even close. He's just always that far ahead, that early in the game, and it just seems impossible to ever try and out-carry this man.
Look, he's just taking the racks by himself since these heroes are all dead. Just onto the high ground. Yeah, V-Tune has been a real standout for NaVi, and in this game in particular too, they're all playing so well this game. The supports, I mean, always want to fly. He can't really do too much as the Phoenix. He's had some very nice sunrays, but the cores have they've decimated the game.
V-Tune's so farmed and has so much money on top of that. He's just going to sort of pick up the casual death set. He says, well, I'll grab that. That's coming.
Oh my god.
It's a full deso.
It's a full deso.
It's a full deso after that. Just take that on top of his already stacked inventory. And also on top of that, he's also still got 1,500, you know. Just goes to show how much money he has right now on this lifestealer.
And I'm looking at the build from Iceberg too. E-Blade, Dagon 2. I'm looking at Skeeter's HP pool. And I'm thinking that Skeeter's not going to make it very long in this game anymore. He's just going to die instantly in the fights. No matter how many heals and saves and shields, etc. that mudgolems try to throw on him. NaVi. Some great execution this game with their draft.
I mean, how is he so... he's so high level as well. VG, he's level 24. The highest on mudgolems is 18. He's 6 levels ahead.
They've been broken. They were broken from like lanes and everything, right?
Yeah.
NaVi's been snowballing this since like the 15, 16, 17 minute mark, that they've just been out of control, just getting these kills after kills after kills, not letting mudgolems set up for towers, getting all these pickoffs. These early blinks just really broke mudgolems apart. And Skeeter just being literally on the road to recovery still at this point.
I don't know if there's any recovery left in them here, as they are truly behind right now. 20k down.
Oh, Milan also.
And just another one here for Roger in general. Maybe not. Okay, but the 3 leaps and the TP, he's going to make it out. Milan will live.
I cannot believe he actually lives there.
B-Tune. So we get the slow on fodder, but they have to save. Shields out.
B2 just got no worries in this game. Just charging forward. These spider legs, as we mentioned earlier, just able to bypass anything that would cause him any problems, like those sprouts or tombstones. And is that the Abyssal? That's the Abyssal. That is some pretty absurd item timings. He's 6-slotted. 35 minutes in. Pretty much level 25 as well.
Radiant are scanning.
He's Vada. And it's a freebie now for him.
Now he's level 25. Level 25 lifesteal here, 36 minutes.
My god.
And he's, of course, taking that increased rage duration. And he's onto the buildings. What are they going to do about this? Pops the rage, forces out the fortification.
They can't show their face on so many heroes now. I mean, even like Milan, 1600 HP, Drow Ranger, 1600 HP on Skeeter. This Iceberg Tiny will kill them in one shot pretty much here.
And they go.
Back up, and they're back into it. And they kill it so fast. Deso AC.
Yep.
No way mudgolems can make it.
They're not even going to get to leave the base before it goes down.
Are scanning.
Scan just in case from NaVi, but they've got themselves completely blanketed with wards also in the area, just watching any type of movements if mudgolems did even try.
Okay, just some cheese. NaVi, they're preparing themselves here for the finishing blow. As I don't know how much more mudgolems has got in them this game.
Oh, look at Iceberg. He sees Skeeter bottom. Moonlight Shadow. That might be what saves him. Iceberg's gonna cancel when he sees it. To the high ground. How do they protect Skeeter? Oh god.
How do they push back V2? As he's just in, taking these racks. What have they got? We'll poke him a little bit.
Sprout actually messing with him a little bit. Okay. He actually had to use spider legs to walk in.
Iceberg, oh, he's in.
Did it.
And he's got a surprise inside him. There it is. V-Tune jumps out. Godlike on the lifestealer as that's the top racks going down. They get the grab onto Boromir. Lasso immediately from General. Pots the BKB. It won't keep him alive. The Supernova's out. 33's trying to take it down, but he can't do it on his own. If the Supernova's done, holds 33 in place. The borrowed time will save him for now. V-Tune's just diving in. He's in on a fun. It's a dieback on the Undying. 33, he'll also fall as V-Tune. He's just padding up the KDA right now. And they're finding them back towards the base. Iceberg, he's able to live. The selfie blade and the cheese saving him from the fountain. As he's fountain diving, they probably will get him in. No, he's got this. He's got the ult.
It's coming.
He's going to be up in the air. Milan tries to turn with the arrow, but they can't kill Iceberg. Roger rolls into the fountain. The Ghost Scepter pickup keeps him safe. 33 is trying to bring down Iceberg, but again, the E-Blade, Iceberg saving himself. The heal from the Sunray. They combo down 33. It's over. It's GG. As NaVi. I mean, whoa.
Damn.
I know what the chat's going to be saying. It's going to be saying secret loss to this. Because NaVi, they just crushed mudgolems. After mudgolems, I think people were expecting quite a lot from them after the previous series we saw against Secret. NaVi, just, I mean, the team, as you said, just overall, and featuring this man's carry on the Life Stealer, it seems unparalleled.